folks, Turbine Guy coming back at you. As you can see behind me here, we are in White Bear Lake today at the Antique and Classic Boat Show. And Turbine Guy's got his own boat we're going to see here in a few minutes. But why don't we take a walk around and look at all the crazy stuff they have. Looks like we got a good busy day today. Let's start down this side. We've got the Coast Guard with their 135 outboard on it. And we got a modern ski boat. Now we start getting into the fun. Look at this guy. Beautiful engine. And let's see what it is. 1963 homemade 8-foot Neptune. Here we got a 78 LTD pulling this guy, which has a crazy Johnson Meteor engine. Dramatic. Second chance, and what do we have? 1960 glass bar, 13.5 feet. Very nice. Very clean. Now the Turbine Guy would typically be against fixing up an LTD. I think he did a good job. Now look at this. We got all kinds old style water skis. Display only. Here we have a 1959 Alumacraft 15-footer. Very pretty. With a Mercury on it, yet again. Now we'll look at a 1966 25-foot Lyman with a 327. Very nice. Egbert Morton. Very clean. Now a 1957 Crestliner, little fishing boat. Very clean as well. 35 horse Johnson on back. Of course, this one looks fairly well used, which it should be. 1972 Lund with the 1982 Johnson. Very clean. Radio. 1985 homemade hydroplane with a 10-horse Johnson on it. Crazy steering wheel. Steering gear setup. I don't think you'd want anything much bigger on this. Now we got a 1928 Hackercraft. This is a big baby. Yeah, like original cushions and stuff in it. Look how narrow this boat is in back. And a quick look at the dash. We got a 1951 Larson cabin special. 18-foot. Nice looking engine. Nice looking boat. Basic steering control. Now we got a 57 14-foot Larson. Cleaned up and redone. 35 horse Avenue. (1954) hydroplane again. Cool thing about this baby, look, she's got a Johnson engine. No idea what size. Cool thing. Montana Racing Association 1936 state champion. This one's odd. 1956 5-foot sailboat. Here we have a 1962 X-boat, like it said. It's a Johnson model X-boat. Now we're coming to the boat models.
There's the crew.
Pretty intricate. All the different crazy models.
A boat I don't have out on display, but I've got a little
Yeah, we got Gilligan.
woman driving that. My wife made her a vintage Ellis Cramden from the Langley. So she's got the perfect 1950s hairstyle.
We got a 1969 Hydrodyne tournament skier, 19 foot. Nice shape. Now we got one just like the Turbine Guys 54 Sportsman's Deluxe. We got a 56 17-foot Sportsman.
I'm gonna check it out. Good to see you guys.
Very clean. Awfully big trailer for this guy. Blue Heron. 1960 hydroplane here. A little newer. The Mercury 10 on it again. Now we got some older outboards. 47 to 51 Mercury, then a 56 Mercury 30, and a 1920 Mercury 20. 1976 hydroplane. A Merc 25. Believe it or not, this boat's a new boat, a 2020. I think I've seen this at a show or two. Called the Tally Ho. Looks like she'll go. Even got his own model. Now we got a 56 Shepherd. Odd place for a light. Very clean interior. Shepherd boats. Niagara on the lake. 1949 Petersburg. $15-horse Viking on it. There's his fire extinguisher. 1952 Larson, 14-foot runabout. Cleaned up and pretty. 35-horse Johnson. Back. Got a bunch of odd assortments from the museum. Look at that baby. Ready to catch. Minnesota Fishing Museum. Over to here, 1960 Shell Lake Dart, not 14 foot. Avenger 35. I bet this thing goes pretty good. those controls are 1936 Chris Craft custom runabout, 19 foot. Again, very clean. Original tags and everything, and it's likely an M-block engine sitting down in there. 1928 Chris Craft 22 foot Cadet. Again, they got an original tag on the engine hood. Clean we are with another M-block sitting right down there. 1935 Xanath, never heard of it. Fantail picnic launch. One of those where you take your honey out on a date. Picnic launch. All right, next to it we got another Chris Craft. Very clean inside.
That's a salmon, right? Yeah.
1967 Chris Craft ski boat. 17 foot. 1960 Riva 22 foot. These Rivas are pretty expensive from what I understand. I believe they come from Italy. Taking a look inside. Riva gauges. Mid-60s hydroplane, 19 foot. Wait till you, oops, excuse me. Wait till you see the engine on this baby. This gas tank up front for weight. 95. (1964) Chris Craft Sea Skiff. Basically a family cruising around boat. He's into restoring this baby. Of course, a typical center engine. Now we're at the best of the show. 1964 Tollycraft Sportabout, 17 foot. Owner, turbine guy. There we go. Now this ski boat came out of Washington, Seattle, I believe. If you read on there, it says it'll do 52 miles an hour. And the reason is, we got a Ford 312 Interceptor in it. That Interceptor production was ceased a few years before this boat was actually made. Everything on this boat is original, including the upholstery, low hours engine, and all the mahogany plywood. Well, I'm not sure what this is, but you can get the whole package for $600. Full engine trailer. But the coolest thing about this whole deal is it's a Tonka Craft. We had a 58 Cruiser, 17 foot runabout. Very clean and nice. Oconto, Wisconsin. It's got a 40 horse Johnson. It's a 1920 sailing dinghy. So this thing would have gone on the back of another boat. Made in the shade, it says, in order to get to shore from a big boat. Last, Certainly not least, a 1957 Thompson 16-foot runabout. For sale, $7,500 or offer. With a 35-horse Johnson on it.
And he's a wonderful guy. His name is Joe Suchere. Thank you.
Thanks, Al. And thank you. Let me hold this. What a summer day this is. If you listen to the meteorologists on TV, we step outside and they will blow up. Thank you to all the boat show participants. We had 64 boats this year. That's a record for this show.
The first award goes to Motorboat Runabout, and the winner is a guy named Pete Johnson. He's got a beautiful, beautiful Larson Cabin Special 1951. Pete Johnson. All right. And the second award goes to a sailboat category, and this is another one. You'll know which one it is. It's Lisa and Kevin Westman, a Ferry Marine Limited Firefly Mark I, 1955. And the next one is the Canoe Rowboat. And you'll know this one too, because we all looked at that boat and thought, oh man, is that ever nice. And it's made by Robert Engstrom. The GM White Canoe 2017. Robert Engstrom. Now the last award is a really important award because it's called the People's Choice Award. Everybody in their packet gets a ballot. And so everybody that attends the show today gets to decide which boat they like the best. And there's a boat in the display today that is a homemade boat, and it's an eye catcher, and it's called a Glen L. Homebuilt Cracker Box made by Pete Burns, and it's a 2020.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate that we do this. I was talking to some of the organizers and volunteers. It'd be nice to get more boats in the water, but we have a little dock space problem. But once again, that didn't seem to bother us this year. 64 boats is a record this year for this show. What year is this? 25th maybe? 20th? 18th. It's now entered into the lexicon of the Minnesota boat shows, and we're happy to have it at White Bear. Thank you very much.
There you have it. That's the boats at the show here in White Bear Lake. A lot of beauties and even a pretty as heck car. Turbine Guy signing off, hopefully selling a boat today.